Welcome to Victory Achieved Gaming. This is Eoghan, also known as Immortalium.
And I'm Kathlynn.
And today we're going to be playing Day of the Tentacle Remastered. Now, this is actually the first point-and-click game that we've done. Actually, there's quite a few point-and-click games on that list. Because a lot of older point-and-click games can be quite tricky. But first things first, could you pick options just for me? I just want to make sure that all of the settings are correct. So if you go to Settings, and if we... Art, Music, and Effects, Game Settings, try Game Settings. And... Is there no... Okay, I don't think there's a resolution option, but that's fine. Oh, actually, put on subtitles, because if we're talking, it might be easier for some people to actually, like...
Yeah, there we go.
That's generally a good idea. Okay, and then, yeah, hit back. So, first off, just before we start, Kathlynn, have you had any experience with point-and-click games?
I can't remember if I played any before. I'll have to go back and think. I have to probably go through all the games I played in my entire life and think. And there's definitely some games I forgot that I played. And then you look at it and you're like, oh, I actually did play that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I played any. I could have. I know I played some of those light novel games, but they're not really
Nah, they're not really point and click. And then the other thing, just before we start as well, that's important to note is that you're not 100% blind when it comes to this game.
No, I'm not. One of our friends played it, and I think Owen and him used to stream on Discord on it together, and sometimes I would jump in. So I see bits and pieces. I know it's to do with aliens and a time machine, and one person is gone to the future.
Yeah.
One's gone to the past, and there's one in present day.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But then, in terms of most of the puzzles,
the girl was future, wasn't she?
Yes.
The guy with the long black hair that looked like he's listening to heavy metal is gone to the past.
Yep.
And the nerdy guy is present, and I think all I remember was in the past to do with the signing of the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah.
And that's all I kind of remember.
Yeah. So I just thought we'd be upfront because it's mostly still blind, but we should just clarify what you do know.
Yeah.
So in that case, you go ahead and hit New Game. And no, that's when you do it the second time, maybe. LucasArts.
I always just think that makes me think of Star Wars.
Yeah, well, that was the big thing in the past. They did Star Wars and adventure games, and then after a while, they just ended up doing Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
Which was a bit of a shame, but what can you do? Oh, so these are obviously remastered graphics. Now, the thing is, the old graphics are actually this is quite loyal to the old graphics. This really is kind of the style, just in more high definition.
I kind of like the cartoony style.
Oh, it's wonderful. I do love this cartoony style as well. Here we go.
I'm thirsty.
And of course...
I don't think you should drink that.
Probably.
It looks bad for you.
Nonsense. It makes me feel great. Smarter. More aggressive.
I mean,
I feel
does that
like
water
I
not
could.
look tasty?
No, it looks disgusting.
Like I could.
It looks like the what's in The Simpsons that made create fish.
Oh yeah, that's a very good comparison.
Like I could.
Oh, he has arms.
Take all the world.
Oh, I remember she looked like she was a
It's
new
a
baby.
hamster. Just what I need for dissection lab tomorrow.
Oh
I
no.
think I need that for the band, Laverne. We could bite its head off or whatever.
What was that band? There was a band that bit like a chicken's head off on stage or
I
something.
don't know who that was, but I know
I think that's the reference there.
Belongs to Weird Ed Edison, and it looks like he's brought us a note.
This is our motley crew of
It's
characters.
from my old friend, Green Tentacle. He says that Purple Tentacle's mutated into an insane genius, and Dr. Fred's going to kill them both. I thought I was free of Dr. Fred and those crazy Edisons forever. But now I know that I must go back to the mansion.
Now, just to explain a bit of that,
Is there a game before this?
Yes, there is actually.
Oh.
Called Maniac Mansion. Now, one thing that's actually quite cool is this was highly unusual at the time. They actually ended up putting all of Maniac Mansion into Day of the Tentacle. So there's a computer you can find in someone's room, and if you go on it, you could actually play the entire Maniac Mansion.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Now, Maniac Mansion, well, I've never actually gone through it entirely myself because it's one of the older point-and-click games where it's a little frustrating to play because, you know, it's very easy to die and you can run into problems. I always prefer the ones like 90s and onwards where you can just take your time, and if you get stuck on something, you can just look up a walkthrough. Which, to do with this game, I think I ended up having to look up a walkthrough twice, I think, when playing this. I mean, most point-and-click adventure games I end up having to look up a walkthrough at some point. But usually only like a couple of times. I actually played through one recently, though, the second Edna and Harvey game.
Oh, yeah.
And I did that all with no walkthrough, so I'm quite proud of that one. Now, it was a little easier than some of the other ones, but it's still quite challenging. It wasn't an easy game by any stretch of the imagination. But, to do with point-and-click games, like, when I was younger, like, when I was on the PC, obviously, I played a bunch of them. In fact, like, one of my favorites at the time was the Telltale Sam & Max games.
Oh wait, I played The Last of Us and a Wolf. I thought they were Telltale. They're not point and click, no.
Last of Us.
Not The Last of Us, sorry, Wolf Among Us, that one.
The Wolf Among Us, yes, that's Telltale, yeah. But that's a different style of, like... Oh, okay, we're in...
We'll spread out commando style. Laverne, you go secure the area behind those double doors. Hoagie, you take care of upstairs reconnaissance. I'll maintain Command HQ here, in the lobby.
What are we looking for?
We've got to find where Dr. Fred is holding the tentacles.
This better not take too long. I've got an anatomy final tomorrow.
I love how we're on...
Show to set up later tonight. If I'm late, I don't get to test the drums.
If I know Dr. Fred, he's got the tentacles tied up in his secret lab. Question is, where's his secret lab?
I remember this actually.
So this is the control, so you can just take a look. So a lot of this is mouse-based. So you could, like, walking to confirming. Verb selection is just like how you interact and stuff. And the inventory, you can just click the wheel and it'll do that. Opening eye will also do that. Something you're going to love, though, is if you hit shift, which, do you know where shift is on a keyboard?
Here.
Maybe that one would count as well. I usually go with this one over here.
You go with that one, yeah.
But maybe that one works too, which in your position might be easier. But, oh yeah, they explain Maniac Mansion here in case you get to that. But basically it highlights what objects you can interact with.
Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah, and let me check. Yeah, this one does it too.
Okay, yeah, so you can pick either one.
I picked this one because it was closer to me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because the way I'm sitting.
So, for instance, if you walk over to, let's say, the plant, and then you right-click on it, and keep it held, you can see you can do a couple of things. You can pick up the plant.
I don't actually have to keep it held, I just right-click on it.
Oh, you just right-click on it? Okay,
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, I thought you had to hold it for some reason. So you can pick one of them and do it.
I can't touch it, it's spiny. I can't touch it, it's spiny.
I like the way he says it's
Can't
spiny.
touch it, it's spiny.
Touch the plant pot.
A horticultural horror.
I wouldn't be like using the shift all the time. I'd probably just use it on occasion. So giving it means you'd give it to someone else or something. You pick it up and use it on someone else, yeah.
It's stuck to the floor. It's stuck to the floor.
Well, what you're going to learn very quickly with these point-and-click games is that you're going to see a lot of things early on that you can't really interact with, and it's going to end up being a case that you get something later that'll help you, you know?
Okay.
So right now, do you know what our goal is
What
currently?
does closed picture, open picture mean?
I have no idea.
I'd rather not mess with it. It might be booby-trapped. There's something funny about that clock.
Oh.
Aha! A secret passage.
Very
This
nice.
is all too easy.
So you've already found the entrance to the secret.
Because I actually remembered that when I saw
Oh,
the
did you?
plot. Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
will admit that.
Okay. You'll have to bring that up whenever that happens, but there shouldn't be that much of it.
How'd you get upstairs?
Am I upstairs? I got lost.
Seen any tentacles?
What's a tentacle?
Oh, just something I whipped up in my spare time. Made good pets, actually. Until one of them tried to take over the world. Had to tie the little buggers up in the basement.
Good thing you told us that.
Yeah, Bernard wanted us to set them free.
Thank God you weren't that stupid. Did you say, Bernard?
Oh, Bernard.
Now you're free to go.
Thanks, Bernard.
Yes, thank you, naive human. Now I can finish taking over the world.
Wait!
Oh, yeah. Now I remember. He's incredibly evil, isn't he?
He forgot about
Try
it.
to talk him out of it.
Well, what possible harm could one insane mutant tentacle do?
Leaping lab rats!
Dr. Fred.
What have you done this time, you meddling milquetoast? Now Purple Tentacle is free to use his evil mutant powers to take over the world and enslave all humanity!
Whoops.
Our only hope now is to turn off my sludge-o-magic machine and prevent the toxic mutagen from entering the river!
Isn't it a little late for that, Doctor?
Of course! That's why I'll have to do it! Yesterday! To the time machine!
This is all your fault, Bernard.
Behold, children, the Chronogon!
Doc, can't you just send Bernard?
No, you must all go to increase the odds that one of you will make it there alive!
Have any people ever been hurt in this thing?
Of course not. This is the first time I've ever tried it on people.
I love their faces in there as well.
Well, I'll be.
Bernard, float over here so I can punch you.
This must be that Woodstock place Mom and Dad are always
What could it all mean?
I don't know. I don't want to know.
You like Wizard of Oz.
A little bit. There's definitely an element of that there.
See yesterday.
I'm sure Dr. Fred wouldn't have done this if it weren't safe.
After all, he is a doctor.
It works! I can't believe it! And they said imitation diamond wasn't good enough. Uh-oh.
He should have used a real diamond.
Well, spend the money, Owen.
Yeah. He's having the time of his life. Oh.
He's in between it.
Yeah, he's actually in the toilet. And it's wet.
Cheap mail order jewels?
What happened to Hoagie and
Well, that's what you
Laverne?
get for getting imitation diamond.
I knew I should have bought a real diamond.
Are they alive?
My dials say that the larger specimen landed 200 years in the past, and the other is stuck 200 years in the future.
Well, hurry up and bring them back.
I will, as soon as I get a new diamond. Then all you
remember to
buddies
get the money
have
for the
to do is
diamond.
Plug in their respective chronojons and
Plug them in? Where is Hoagie going to find an electrical outlet 200 years in the past?
Yes, well, he'll be needing my patented super battery then, won't he? Now, where did I put those patented super battery plans of mine?
Plans? How are we gonna get Hoagie plans?
Don't worry me with details, boy. Just help me find the plans. They're in this house somewhere.
Now what am I going to do?
I think I made myself perfectly clear. Step 1.
Find plans.
Step 2.
Save world.
Step 3.
Get out of my house.
Let's get cracking.
Okay, so this is where the game really like comes into its own now. So now you have access to 3 different timelines. Now, with I believe her name's Laverne, isn't it?
And Hoagie.
Hoagie and Bernard. So Laverne is currently stuck in a tree.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's much you can currently do with her right now. So your main 2 ones you're going to do is Hoagie and Bernard for the moment until you can help Laverne get out of that tree. Now, if you go into your inventory, which if you click the middle mouse button.
Wait. There we go.
Yeah. Or have we not gotten the options yet? You see the ones on the right look... Oh, God, that you went into the menu. Actually, you know what? A save here wouldn't be bad, actually.
Anywhere?
Yeah. Okay. So, head on out and resume game. Do you see at the top right there? Okay, so maybe we haven't got access to them yet. So in that case...
It said to select 1 for him, 2 for Hoagie, and 3 for Laverne, I thought, but it's not working there.
Yeah, probably just because we haven't gotten access to them yet. It's been a while since I've played this game, I will admit. So obviously, yeah, you can hold that. Or you could do the traditional way, which is to just wave your mouse around the screen and see, does it like... You know, what gets it highlighted. Know what I mean?
True. Okay, I might as well leave here, because he has to...
So the first job is to find the plans, remember?
Maybe
Yes.
I put them upstairs. That's got to be it. Upstairs.
Just gotta see anything else around here. Paper.
I've got the plans.
Quick, we have to flush.
How
them
did
to
I do that? Okay.
How did you get over there?
I'll give you a little story about that in a moment, once they've stopped
My
talking.
ingenious super battery design, please.
Oh yeah, now we'll get access to Hoagie, I
You
think.
really flushed them.
Yes.
Down the toilet.
I do remember this, that you pass things through the toilet.
Yeah.
Time.
But that's the one thing. Why don't they just try to make the hole bigger and Hoagie can go through the toilet and end up back?
You can flush
Small inanimate objects. So I think even if it was larger,
Okay.
Small inanimate objects to each other.
like you couldn't put like a cat or a hamster in there, for instance.
Hello?
I think.
Dr. Fred, can you hear me? Drat.
Did you hear something?
No. Let's see if what's his name catches on.
Oh, great. I'm stuck in colonial times, tentacles are taking over the world, and now the toilet's backing up.
Okay. Come over here. It's your old pal.
So they can talk to each other through it.
Dr. Fred, how'd you get in there?
I want you to pick up those plans you see in the Chronojon, Hoagie. Bring them to Red Edison. He's my great grandfather. He'll know what to do.
You need the plans to make a super battery so you can plug in your Chronojon.
Okay, if you say so, Bernard.
Good boy. Does he have any experience with electronics?
Well, I once saw him take 3,000 volts directly through his head without batting an eye.
Didn't he pass out?
Well, he was already passed out when it happened.
Time for me to save the world, I guess.
Yeah, so now you can switch between Bernard and Hoagie.
Okay.
So currently we have a patent application, and we also have...
Can I not
is
read
that-
them?
You can look at them with the magnifying glass.
Vinegar, lettuce, okay. Gold, oil, and... Okay, but I have to give this to...
It's the battery plants I'm supposed to give to that Red Edison dude.
Is that a can opener that you have as well?
It is. What is it?
He's just carrying it already. A lot of point and clicks start you out with like 1 or 2 items that they might just carry around with them all the time. Apparently he's always carrying around a can opener.
Interesting.
I mean, for what purpose? I don't know.